Family, stop looking at the charts. Seriously, put the phone down for a second and listen to me. For the last 3 months, all I hear in the comments section here on Crypto Talk is fear. Why is Pi hovering at 18 cents on the exchange? When will the whales stop dumping? Is the dream over? I get it. It's scary. We've been clicking that button for years, but I am here to tell you today, while the market is panicking over price, the core team just quietly released the single most dangerous update in Pi history. And I mean dangerous in the best way possible. Welcome back to Crypto Talk. If you are new here, this is me, Edwin, of course, in the background, and this is the only channel that doesn't sell you hype. We deal in facts. And the fact is, the game just changed. If you clicked on this video because of the title, forget the price, you are already smarter than 90% of the people in crypto. Because while everyone else is screaming about when will Pi moon or when is GCV, Pi Network just dropped the App Store killer feature that actually justifies the value of the coin. If you missed the news about the Pi App Studio no-code integration and the stellar V25 protocol activation that just went live this January 2026, you are missing the forest for the trees. This isn't just an update. This is the moment Pi stopped being a speculative crypto project and started being a global digital nation. If you are tired of YouTubers just reading price predictions and you want to understand the technology that secures your future, do yourself a favor right now. Smash that subscribe button, join the Crypto Talk family. We're here to survive the bear market and thrive in the bull market together. Today, I'm going to break down exactly what just happened, why it means your unverified balance might actually be worth something, and the one massive risk nobody is talking about that could sink us if we aren't careful. Let's get into it. First, let's talk about the Pi App Studio update. This is the killer feature I mentioned in the title. For years, the biggest criticism of Pi has been, where is the utility? Who is building the apps? And the answer was always developers. But here's the problem. I'm not a developer. You probably are not a developer. I'm an engineer. You might be a teacher, a driver, a business owner, or a nurse. We have ideas, but we don't speak Python or JavaScript. So we sat on the sidelines waiting for some genius in Silicon Valley to build the next Amazon on Pi. That changed this week. The new update introduces no-code payment integration. Let me explain this in the simplest way possible because this is vital. Imagine you are a baker here in Lagos or Mumbai. You make the best bread in the city. You want to sell it for Pi. Before today, you had to hire a programmer to build a DApp, decentralized app, to accept those payments safely. That costs money you don't have. It's a wall you can't climb, right? Well, with this update, the core team has basically given you Shopify for Pi. You can now integrate Pi payments into an app without writing a single line of code. Yeah, just like that. You literally drag, drop, and boom, you're live. Think about Uncle Tunde or Mr. Praveen, who runs a transport business. He wants to let people book rides using Pi. Yesterday, that was impossible for him. Today, he goes into the App Studio, uses the new Test Pi payment module, and boom, he has a booking app. He didn't need a degree in computer science. He just needed his business sense. This democratizes the economy. It takes the power away from the tech elites and gives it to the people. And it gets better. They added ad-subsidized deployment. Before, you needed Pi to pay for server space or deployment costs. But what if you're a new pioneer with zero Pi in your wallet? So this is where this comes in. Now you can watch ads on the platform to pay for your app's deployment. This is genius. It means the barrier to entry is literally zero. I want to pause here. I want to ask you a question. Do you have a business idea you've been sitting on? A shop, a service, a skill? Drop it in the comments below. Let the Crypto Talk community see the potential. Drop in the comments, I will sell X for Pi. Let's see how real this economy is. Now, while the App Studio is the shiny paint on the car that everyone sees, the Stellar Protocol V25 upgrade is the new engine they just dropped under the hood. I know, Protocol V25 sounds boring. You might want to skip this part. Don't. This is the part that protects your money. This update activates something called zero-knowledge proofs, ZK proofs, via the X-ray protocol. Let me break this down so a 5-year-old can understand it. Imagine you go to a bar and the bouncer asks for your ID to check if you're 18. You hand him your plastic ID card. He looks at it. But in doing that, he sees everything: your home address, your full name, your height, your license number. That's dangerous. You gave away too much info just to prove your age. With ZK Proofs, the new update, it's like showing him a digital token that simply turns green if you're 18 and red if you aren't. He doesn't see your name. He doesn't see your address. He just knows, mathematically, that you are legal. That is what Pi just added. It allows apps to verify things about you, like are you a verified human or do you have enough balance, without you having to give that shady app developer your personal data. This makes the Pi ecosystem safer than 99% of the crypto projects out there. It opens the door for institutional money, banks, large companies who need privacy to operate. They can't use a blockchain where everyone sees their business. Pi just solved that. If you're understanding this breakdown so far, tap that like button. It helps the YouTube algorithm show this video to pioneers who are still confused. Let's get everyone up to speed. So why does this make me emotional? Why am I sitting here recording this for Crypto Talk with so much energy? Because for the last 5 years, we have been mining hope. We opened the app, we clicked the lightning bolt, we watched the number go up, and we went to sleep believing that one day this digital number would mean something. This week, the core team stopped selling us hope and handed us tools. They're saying, we built the roads, we built the bridges, now you drive the cars. This is the shift from a speculative asset, something you hold and pray goes up, to a utility currency, something you use to live. Think about a student sitting in a classroom right now. Maybe he's in Lagos, maybe in Manila, maybe in Delhi. He has no dollars, he has no connections to Wall Street, he can't get a loan, but he has a phone. And now he has a tool to build a business that serves 100 million pioneers globally. That student doesn't need a Visa card anymore. He doesn't need a US bank account. He just needs his creativity and the Pi App Studio. This update proves that Pi was never about getting rich quick. It was about leveling the playing field. And as of this week, the field is officially level. This is why we waited. This is why we stuck around when people called it a scam. But look, we are a family here at Crypto Talk, and family tells each other the truth, right? Even when it's ugly. I promised you a balanced review in the title, and I would be lying if I said everything is perfect. There's a dark side to this update, and if you aren't careful, you could lose everything you've mined. Risk number 1, the scam tsunami. When you make it easy for anyone to build an app like the No Code Studio does, you make it easy for scammers to build apps too. Because the barrier to entry is 0, the quality filter is also 0. You need to be 10 times more careful about which apps you connect your wallet to. Just because it's on the Pi browser doesn't mean it's safe anymore. Risk number 2, the token unlock. Let's look at the charts. In the next 30 days, 142 million Pi are scheduled to unlock. Combined with this no-code hype, we might see a lot of people trying to cash out their new creations instantly. We're likely going to see a price dip. It's inevitable. If you are here for a quick flip, you're going to get burned in February. Risk number 3, the ad spam nightmare. The ad watch to deploy feature is great for access, but it incentivizes spam apps. We might end up with an ecosystem filled with junk apps just trying to farm ad revenue. I'm going to be doing a deep dive video next week on how to spot a fake Pi app. If you want that video, make sure your notification bell is turned on. You do not want to miss that one. So, where does that leave us? It leaves us with a choice. The core team has done their job. They gave us the engine, Stellar V25, and they gave us the keys, App Studio. Now it's up to us to drive. If you're watching this, I want you to challenge yourself. Don't just be a miner, be a builder. Even if you just build a simple store for your local community, build something. The price of Pi in 2027 won't be decided by the exchanges. It won't be decided by Binance. It will be decided by how many of us use these new tools to create real value. I'm holding, I'm building, and I'm staying right here to guide you through it. We're pushing for 4,000 subscribers this month. If this video gave you value, if it gave you clarity, hit that subscribe button. Share this with your earning team. Wake them up. Tell them the tools are here. This is Crypto Talk. The price is noise. The utility is the signal. I'll see you in the next video.